To think the mainstream media couldn't get any stupider. Anyways, Keen947 aka Wolfkeen here with a Wolf's Word special. Now, today on a Wolf's Word special, I'm going to be talking about, well, it was bound to happen sooner or later, but it's time for me to talk about the mainstream media. It's time for me to talk about my thoughts on the mainstream media. We're going to be talking about mainstream media such as IGN and stuff like that. So let's get into a couple of things. We all know that the recent video games that have been released and stuff and issues that have been released, the mainstream media have been trying to destroy it. Like, for instance, when SOPA and PIPA were being discussed, the mainstream media basically censored whoever knew about it. Like, none of the mainstream media was allowed to, like, talk about SOPA and PIPA. Like, you know, like CNN and channels like that. It wasn't until one news channel finally talked about SOPA and PIPA that the mainstream media started learning, wait a minute, what's SOPA and PIPA? And then they started learning the information. Right there, it shows you that the mainstream media is trying to control what we're talking about and what goes on in this day and age. Like, remember when they tried to pass SOPA and PIPA, none of the mainstream media was talking about it until like maybe a few months later when awareness was finally made. When someone finally talked about it, do you know about SOPA and PIPA? And then finally the mainstream media is like, wait, what's SOPA and PIPA? So finally the mainstream media got involved in all this, and that's how SOPA and PIPA were denied. Now we got some new issues where the mainstream gaming media are starting to wreck reputations of certain game titles. Like, for instance, the two games that I bought, Silent Hill Downpour and Operation Raccoon City, which I just did Wolf's Words on both of them, they bagged completely on them. Like, for instance, IGN gave this game a 4. Yes, a 4 out of 10. Well, this game, I have no clue what they gave it, but it was a low score. Again, why? It pretty much shows you that IGN and the mainstream media are having terrible times reviewing their games. They need to get the right people to do this correctly. But why aren't they doing it? Because, in a matter of speaking, they're a bunch of money-grubbing assholes. Think about it. Everything these days revolves around money. Many games, kids programs, and stuff like that are mainly involved with money. Look at the online passes being like, oh, you rent this game? You can't play online unless you pay for an online pass. Fuck you. The last time I checked, if we're renting a game, we want to see if it's any good. You're telling us we need an online pass, which means we're basically paying for part of the game in order for us to play a part of the game. And that's not the end of it. There are many companies and stuff like that that also fail, like Capcom. Like, let's get into something. Like, I knew this was bound to happen sooner or later, but let's get into Crapcom's latest game, Operation Raccoon City. Now, here's the thing. Raccoon City is supposed to be a really fun game, but here's the issue that I didn't explain in my Wolf's Word, because it had no relevance in there. Capcom had day one DLCs for this game. So, what makes you, like, think about it? Why didn't they just put the DLCs with the $60 game? Because you're paying for a brand new game. What about put them in the special edition, which I bought? Yet all I got was extra weapons and costumes, yet you won't give me the Nemesis mode. You won't give me the Spec Ops missions. You won't give me, like, all this crap. It's getting ridiculous. Capcom is becoming more money grubber. They're trying to, like, come out with cheap cash-ins. Like, look at their latest fighting games. Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4 Turbo. Like, I don't know if there is a Turbo, but you get the point. Then they had Marvel vs. 3, Ultimate Marvel vs. 3. Then they had Super Street Fighter for the 3DS. Then they had Ultimate Marvel for the Capcom for the DS. They're trying to come up with quick cash-ins, and they're missing so many things. Like, here's the thing: when they release the game, they leave out so much crap, being like, "Oh, you want all this stuff? You gotta pay DLCs." They're becoming like Square Enix. Square Enix is becoming the same way, where Final Fantasy 13-2, it was not a great game. And the ending is a big fat fuck you in your face, because the ending basically be like, you want to find out the ending? Cough up some more cash. That's what they're basically doing, because I bet you they're going to release a DLC about what was this ending about. I guarantee it. And most of the DLCs of Final Fantasy 13 suck balls. Like, one of them is that you play a card game as Sass, and it's not even any combat, it's just fighting. No, it's not fighting. It's cards. And once you do enough card games, you'll unlock Sass as a monster. That's the reward for playing cards? I'm spending $10 on a card game? If that was the case, I'd just buy Poker Night the inventory for $5. And at least that game is fun. At least I'm doing something. Now let's also get into another controversial with the mainstream media. Modern Warfare 3. Now, the latest collection pack of Modern Warfare 3, which comes with the maps for survival, spec ops, and multiplayer, just got released. But guess what? It only got released for 360 owners. Us PS3 owners didn't get it yet. What the fuck? You're telling me you're only going to favor the 360 owners and leave us in the dust? When are we going to get our chance? First off, you favor the Call of Duty Elite players by giving them all the maps early. Then you make us wait 2 months and you finally release them, but for 360 owners. How long are you going to make the PS3 owners wait? This is not good advertisement. This is making you feel, this is making it out that you're being discriminative. Discrimination right there. At least system discrimination, if you really think about it. They're favoriting the Xbox players, but they're not doing anything for the PS3 players. So right there goes another issue with mainstream media. Right there. So the fact that they're releasing DLCs for Modern Warfare 3 for only 360, but not for PS3. Capcom trying to get cheap cash-ins with their day one DLCs. You know, they're trying to squeeze out another $6 to $8 out of us just so they can have more money in their already overstuffed wallets. And then you have Square Enix trying to get more money out of us just by putting in more DLCs that have absolutely no meaning in the game whatsoever. It's not like they're going to tell us what was the ending really about, like why did yada 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 happen to yada yada yada. It's not doing anything. It's just being like, nope, more cash please. It's basically be like, you must have $10 more to play this game. It's ridiculous. We're paying for a $60 game to start it from start to finish. If there's DLCs, okay, but you need to make sure that everyone gets it. You can't play favorites. And let me read a couple of things right here. It says right here in the back of this case, the best-selling franchise in PS3 history is back. That is bullshit on so many levels. Uncharted 3 sold more than Modern Warfare 3 for PS3. Why? Because Modern Warfare only favors the Call of Duty Xbox players. Number 2 about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Call of Duty Elite only favors the people that pay. So basically, if you're not paying for Call of Duty Elite, you're only going to get 30-second videos able to upload, a limited amount of video space, and you don't even get a chance at the map packs. You don't even get to join clan, you don't get to join competitions, none of that. It's like, you want to join all this? Pay up! $50! For how long? A month? A year? I don't know. But $50 is way too much just for all this crap that means absolutely fucking nothing. All these tournaments are probably just player-made tournaments. They're not like professional tournaments that you'll be going against players from, like, I don't know, like, I'm going to go up with a team and I'm going to go up against the best Modern Warfare 3 players in the world. No! You're just going up against players for a little respect and that's it. Not like that means anything. This is proving that companies these days are starting to lose the point of a game. A game is for fun, and add-ons are supposed to be put on there to help us improve the game. Like, you know, give us more to have fun with the game. Not for cheap cash-ins, so you can have more money in your already overstuffed wallets. Call of Duty Elite, cheap cash-in. The pack, cheap cash-in. The DLCs for Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, cheap cash-in. All this stuff is becoming more and more cheap cash-ins, which is making me wonder if any of these companies even care anymore. Which is making me worried that we're going to start living in a day and age where everything's going to be pay to play. Where you're going to be like, want to play this game on PS3? Pay for online. That's what 360 does, even though the online is better, but I don't know. But I think I've ranted enough. I'm getting sick of all these cash-ins. All I can say is, don't give in to them. Don't give in to their stupid cash-ins. Don't give in to any of their stuff. What they should really do is they should start appealing to us. We're not here to satisfy them. They're here to satisfy us. That's the reason they're making games for us. If they don't satisfy us, we don't have to buy the game. And if we don't like the game, what makes you think we're going to buy your stupid day one DLCs? It's ridiculous. Sorry for that little rant, but I had to get that off my chest, and I had to talk about the mainstream media, which is getting me annoyed. Especially the fact that one of the mainstream media, like, someone actually came and messaged me and told me that I am a stupid reviewer that never makes a point and lives in his parents' house. Okay, so I'm a reviewer. Yeah, I live with my parents. So fucking what? You're not making any points as to why am I a bad reviewer. You're just making out points that I live with my parents. That proves that the media these days just don't know what they're doing, and all they care about is having money, money, money in their pockets. That's all. So that is Keen947 aka Wolfkeen with Fool's Word. I'll catch you all later. See ya.